In this video, we will cover every utility interactions in the finals and how each piece of utility affect each other. And also undercover some really weird bugs and glitches that you have to abuse. Hey guys, my name is Jonal, and let's just start with my favorite, fire. Pyro nades have a lot of interesting interactions. It lights goo on fire, of course. The goo can, in theory, extend the burning forever. However, in practice, it does not work. Because after the initial fire from the pyro nade has run out, you have to really spam goo to keep them burning. As soon as you really stop, they just fizzle out and die immediately. They don't last as long towards the end as they do when you have kind of started the initial fire nade. You can, of course, use pyro nades to clear gas. However, that explosion does not light goo on fire or really in any way affect the terrain. It's just a cool animation to kind of clear the gas away. You can use a smoke nade to kill the flames from a pyro nade and therefore kind of extinguish it. That's the only way also to kind of preemptively clear fires, except the good old just blow up the floor. And in the end, this is kind of interesting, you cannot trigger a mine using a pyro nade, but you can actually use the heavy's flamethrower, as it technically counts as a gun. You're kind of shooting the mine. We'll see a lot of weird bugs and inconsistency with how this works later in the video. Let's talk about goo. No one ever thinks of goo. No one really likes goo. It's kind of like me in that way. But here are some fun facts about how goo works in the finals. Now, if you shoot the first layer, meaning the bottom layer, and you shoot when you throw the grenade, the third from the left, the entire goo blob, the entire wall from the grenade will just collapse, instead of you having to shoot each individual one. I hope that this is a bug and not intentional, but nice little trick if you ever, for some reason, is running into goo in your matches. Outside of that, goo is a counter to explosive. They can really tank explosive hard. Of course, they are hard countered by pyro, as we talked about. You throw a pyro nade, it just dissolves immediately. But they are really good to tank stuff like frag grenades. They can tank more than 2 frag grenades. They can tank like more than 1 C4. So they're really good to kind of tank explosives. That's the whole point of grenades, on top of like building stuff and blocking entrances and stuff like that. They also tank quite a lot of bullets. 12 bullets from a Lewis gun from the heavy, for example, to take out one of these blobs. So they're also like a really good way to kind of slow down players. The issue is, of course, most people play with pyro nades, so they just throw a pyro nade and they just remove them. But outside of that, they're really good to stop explosives and kind of drain bullets out of the enemy team. Now, gas is gas, I know, surprising. It deals damage in an area of effect, and of course it can be cancelled by flames such as a pyro nade or a flamethrower. I was hoping that like if there were any other weird interactions, so for example, if you were throwing a smoke grenade, maybe the smoke would like interact with the gas and reduce the air quantity of gas in the air around the area, but it doesn't. It seems like the only interaction for gas grenades are just burn it to cancel it, and if not, then it kind of stays on the map for a long period of time and is oppressive. Now, mines can be triggered by frag grenades or other explosives. They are, of course, also disabled for short racing using a glitch grenade. Mines, as said earlier, does not trigger by pyro nades, but of course, it's triggered by a flamethrower. And of course, you can also just shoot the mines to destroy them. So when somebody's it's just mining a point and putting it down as a defensive, just kind of throw in some explosive and you'll destroy it, but pyro nades won't really do anything. Now, C4 you would think would work kind of the same, but it doesn't. C4 can only be triggered by directly shooting or hitting it, making them essentially almost impossible to clear by utility. Using a flamethrower or even a grenade launcher, which you would think is kind of like the mine, right? The flamethrower can trigger the mine, but the pyro nade can't because it's a gun. That should go for the C4, right? No, the pyro nade can't, the grenade launcher cannot. You can only trigger them by shooting them with like a bullet or hitting them with your fists. That's the only way to trigger them. That also means if two C4s are close to each other and one of them is blown up, it won't chain react trigger the second. So stacking C4 close to each other is actually super effective because they will have to anyway clear each of them with a bullet. Of course, you can disable them using a glitch grenade. The last one, which I was really hyped to figure out, is that glitch grenades disable all equipment and of course stops all players from using their abilities. We all know this, we've all been hit by it hopefully, or hopefully not. However, it can also disable electronics on the maps, such as the defensive system inside the casinos that you probably ran into. They're very annoying. Throwing a glitch nade in like inside that area will just turn off the entire defenses for a short duration, making it actually a pretty useful tool to equip for that very specific part of the map. Now, if there are any weird interaction bugs or anything like that that you have seen that I didn't cover in this video, I think I got them all, but if I didn't, hey, drop them down in the comment section below and I'll make sure to introduce them in the next video and give you a shout out. Outside of that, I hope you guys have a lovely holidays, and I hope I see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe and all the good stuff, and well, thank you.